doctors, fellow students. We welcome you to today's session of the seminar organized by OAD on precision participation. This event is brought to us by the Organization of African Academic Doctors and Together People International in collaboration with Zimbabwe Young Academy of Science, Cameroon Academy of Young Scientists, Asia Africa Alliance of Learning Organizations, Shanghai Minde Institute of Learning Organizations, and Next Level Educational Foundation International. A little introduction of the organizing, a little introduction of the organizers of the program and the collaborators. So OAD is an international non-profit organization that is open to PhD holders and PhD students of African descent, home and abroad. Members currently subscribe from 54 African countries and over 70 countries globally. Established as a research implementation and development center, the vision of the OAD is to enhance the quality of life in Africa through research, technology, and innovation. Our mission is doctoring solutions for Africa and the world. And our main objective is to bring African intellectuals together and foster development while engaging relevant internal and external stakeholders. Together People International is a global organization which is part of People Made Solutions Group and focuses on competency-based collaboration of individuals, governmental or non-governmental organizations, with the aim of pursuing together mutually beneficial goals, which none of them can independently achieve. TPI welcomes collaborators across barriers like nationality, race, religion, and other dividing factors. The cardinals of TPI are entrepreneurship, education, and culture. Zimbabwe Young Academy of Sciences is an independent cross-disciplinary platform for outstanding young scholars in Zimbabwe and the diaspora that seek to foster research excellence through scientific capacity building, promotion of interdisciplinary collaborations, and contributions to societal developments. Cameroon Academy of Young Scientists is a non-governmental association. It is an arm of the Cameroon Academy of Sciences, whose members are young scientists and young scholars selected for the excellence of their research impacts and commitment to service for science. NEF International is a global organization with board members from China, Nigeria, Canada, and the United States of America, with a mission to facilitate removal of educational barriers towards optimization of human potentials at individual, institutional, community, and country levels. Shanghai Minde Institute of Learning Organizations is a top-level consulting firm with over 25 years experience in event service provision to governments and non-governmental organizations, as well as educational services, both in the formal and informal sectors. And finally, not the least, Asia Africa Alliance of Learning Organizations. This is headquartered in Yunnan province of China with branches across diverse Asian countries and expanding into African countries. They include universities and other lifelong learning outfits. So this is a brief introduction of the organizers of the event. So we move on to the main program for the day. We'll hear a special message from Ambassador Chimezie, who is the 5th Consul-General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria at the Consulate-General in Shanghai, People's Republic of China. He is a career diplomat with expertise in international relations, policy and security studies. He has served in various managerial positions and capacities as head and acting director at First United Nations, Asia and Pacific, African Union and posting divisions of the Foreign Ministry of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. While out on posting, the major task of a diplomat is to work hard on ensuring that interests of the sending country are protected in the receiving country. This includes combating any form of biases or unwelcome treatments of his or her citizens. In this duty and many more, Ambassador Ogu is an award-winning diplomat who has recorded tremendous successes in securing the welfare of his citizens wherever he has been posted. A few other of his postings include Rome and Germany in various capacities. Beyond his diplomatic and official roles, Ambassador Ogu is a committed and homely husband, as well as a dedicated father. So fellow colleagues, invited guests, let's welcome Ambassador Ogu for his message. Ambassador Ogu, over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening. I think I'm loud and clear. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I don't need to introduce myself since the moderator have done a good job. And I will go straight to deliver my welcome remarks. The President of Organization of African Academic Doctors, members of OAAD, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to be invited to give an open remark on the 5th day of the session of the African Day Annual International Conference on Citizen Participation, the African Union Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. The choice for this year's theme is very timely. Having done 1/3 of the projected life year of the vision of African Union flagship, Agenda 2063, it becomes imperative that a close critical analysis is conducted to review the Agenda 2063 vision and to assess whether there are progress or gaps and challenges that are militating against its realization. And going forward, if there are problems, challenges, then a workable plan and solution should be offered to deliver on the promises made by the continental body, the African Union Commission, before the deadline. Needless to mention them one after the other. Africa as a continent is suffering from many development challenges compared to other continents of the world. Now the question that becomes on all of us is, who will bail the cat? Who will rescue the mission, the continent? Having witnessed the cycle of failures of successive generations of leaders till the present time, except Rwanda. In my own estimate and opinion, and in response to the above question, the first responders to this rescue mission of our continent are no other but our brilliant young men and women in diaspora. It is in the realization of this obvious sentiment that I deem it gratifying to participate and witness the gathering of intelligent and brilliant African minds all over the world under the auspices of OAAD to brainstorm and profile ideas and solutions towards the realization of our common collective aspiration of a new Africa of progress, democracy, good governance, strong economy and integration, social justice, equity and social justice, rule of law, silencing the guns, free movement of persons and goods, African open airspace, common monetary union, CFTA, which we all know, Pan-African Parliament, African Union Commission, and others. These thematic issues are the components of the vision of African Union Agenda 2063. The conversation on these issues by an independent body of talented and skilled Africans in diaspora is a welcome development, as it would birth fresh ideas that will assist to the realization of this laudable vision and project of a new progressive Africa as envisioned by the leadership of the continental body. Friends, it is my firm belief that this intellectual discourse by this body is a harbinger of a resurgence of a renaissance movement that will sweep across the landscape of Africa as a continent in no distant time. I share in the belief and sentiments of the organizers of OAAD that a new era of reawakening is coming to the continent to recreate a new Africa that will tread the path of progress, enlightenment, development, civilization in every phase of human lives in relation with civilized world and the rest of humanity. Dear brothers and sisters, make no mistake, as I'm convinced that the new Africa we want will be realized and bettered by the combined effort of African youth in diaspora like you all over the world. People and citizens of diaspora serve as a catalyst and agents of change in any given community or society. Diasporans are a blessing in every generation and drivers of development, civilization in their home states. It is on these notes that I urge you all here, as well as those outside OAAD, to forge a common strong platform that will be in vanguard to bring a meaningful change and transformation of African continent. No other group or body of persons that will drive this process but we Africans, and most especially those in diaspora. This is because you diasporans are gifted, skilled, intelligent, knowledgeable, and blessed with progressive ideas of various experiences and experiments that have worked and succeeded in other places or countries or continents. The above assertion is self-evident in the modern-day Israel, Singapore, and in recent times, People's Republic of China, where I am residing. Using China as a case study, their government sponsored young men and women, the youth, to travel to other lands, both developed and developing countries in the 80s and 90s. And what is the mission? To learn and cultivate new modern ideas of various cultures and civilizations and come back home for implementation. This state policy of openness paid off and assisted China to collect and articulate combined ideas, knowledge, and experiences of the cultures by the returnees, which we tout as copy people. But friends, the Chinese do now boast that they did not only copy alone, but they have now overtaken the rest of the world, which I concur as very true. If you're a visitor to China, you will agree with me that China as a country is first among its peers like USA, America. This is the attitude if we must succeed in the new Africa we desire to bring to birth. African governments should encourage and support its diasporans to return to the continent. They should be properly engaged in governance structures to share and implement the progressive ideas and knowledge acquired abroad, like the Chinese experiment, in advancing the development of the continent and the Africa we want. Nevertheless, I'm not pretending that the journey to return home will be easy and you will be welcomed with open arms, going by our nature as a people. But I wish to encourage everyone here that a journey of a million miles commences with a structured first step forward. Take the bull by its horn and commence the work of rebuilding the continent from our individual states. Let me pause a little and share a brief story of a young man I met in Germany while I was serving as a diplomat, a Nigerian, very hardworking, just like all of you in this meeting, very sound, very intelligent. I cultivated his friendship. When I returned to Nigeria in 2017, he came back and told me that he will contest for elective post in his state, in Abia State, Nigeria. I didn't believe he would be able, knowing the rough terrain of our political game exercise in Africa. But believe you me, our people back home are looking for new people who will come and salvage the situation, because the leaders already who are in Africa have abused and disappointed us. This young man was able to walk through the streets and tell the people that he has come with a new vision, having come from a background where everything works, and the politicians, the leaders, the political class are the servants of the people, and the people listened to him and voted him in now. And now he's doing very well, challenging the status quo. He's the only lone voice in the House of Assembly of his state, confronting the governor of his state to come up and explain all the resources he has wasted are meant for some development of some areas in the states. This is what you can do. I know it's not easy. That's why I said I don't pretend that it's easy, but you can do it. You're somebody have done it. That's why I'm sharing this story, to motivate you, to encourage you. In conclusion, OAAD as a worldwide organization can serve not only as an intellectual think tank, but support one another and act as reference resource umbrella of encouraging members for appointment at various levels of government in African countries. Members can push and recommend their peers as consultants on various levels of multilateral engagement between African Union Commission, AUC, with other countries as well as partners, given the background of the knowledge and experience of each member as it relates to the agreement between AUC and the collaborating partners or countries. Finally, I salute Dr. Elijah Odi and his team in OAAD for creating a platform to harness skills and talent of Africans in diaspora into a common pool of rich resources to work for the progress and transformation of Africa, as well as the realization of the African Union flagship vision of Agenda 2063, the Africa we want. Lastly, I encourage OAAD to collect at the end of this meeting all the suggestions, recommendations of the outcome of discussions as a report to be transmitted to the African Union Secretariat for consideration and possibly presentation and adoption during the next African Union Summit of Heads of State in February 2023. I wish you all a successful deliberation. Thank you. Sheshe.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Chimezie Ogu. Indeed, no other people will wear the cap than the brilliant young men and women of than the brilliant young men and women
Hello, Lalit,
so
are you still on? Okay.
please, can I be heard?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. All right. So thank you so much. We'll now call on Pastor Innocent Eleke, Senior Pastor at Province of Grace Ministries International, to give us a charge, after which we'll continue with the rest of the program. Pastor Innocent Eleke, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the privilege to come our way. I must acknowledge that what OAAD is doing is a seed that in many years to come is going to speak. And I want to appreciate Dr. Elijah Odi and all his team members. I just have few things to say within the limit of the time that I have. One of which is that nothing big starts big. Every big thing you have ever seen anywhere in the globe began as little as a mustard seed, which is quite little. But when you plant it, it becomes a very huge tree with very many branches and several birds will come to find shelter under it. Today, and for the rest of the week as we have been running, it appears like a little seed. But believe you me, in few years to come, if we are consistent, if we are persistent, if we are focused, determined, and very deliberate, many nations will come to ask us how it all began, and many continents will come to learn from us. I am a firm believer in Africa. I am a firm believer in the African youth. I'm a firm believer in what Africa has to offer to the rest of the globe. And to all of us listening, I charge you. take your place. Be the best you can ever be, and let your voice be a voice for the continent. I strongly believe that in few years to come, our children, our posterity, they will be very grateful to OAD because of this venture. Once again, I say thank you and remain focused and dedicated to this great vision that is being bettered. Thank you so much.